Welcome back to our channel. We hope you'll find valuable content here. If you enjoy our channel, please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Let's dive in. Imagine a bank that's been around since the time your great-great-grandparents were young. That's Credit Suisse for you. Founded in 1856, it's like the grand old tree of the banking world, having witnessed the world change around it. Introduction to Credit Suisse. In the heart of Europe lies a country known for its picturesque landscapes, delicious chocolates, and precision timepieces, Switzerland. But beyond these, Switzerland is also renowned for its banking prowess. Among its banking giants, Credit Suisse stands as a testament to time and evolution. Founded in 1856, Credit Suisse has a history that spans over a century and a half. Imagine a world where horse-drawn carriages were the primary mode of transport, and telegrams were the fastest way to communicate. It was in this era that Credit Suisse was born, not as a massive banking entity we know today, but as a modest bank with a vision. The founder, Alfred Escher, was a visionary. He saw the potential of the Swiss banking sector and wanted to establish a bank that would finance the expansion of the Swiss railway system. Railways, back then, were the future, much like how we view electric cars or space travel today. Escher's vision was not just limited to Switzerland, he wanted Credit Suisse to have a global presence. As decades rolled on, Credit Suisse expanded its services. From financing railways, it ventured into personal banking, wealth management, and investment banking. With each passing decade, the bank adapted to the changing world, embracing new technologies and methodologies, making it one of the most resilient banks in history. However, like any entity that stands the test of time, Credit Suisse had its fair share of ups and downs. Its journey is reminiscent of a gripping novel, filled with triumphant highs and challenging lows. But through it all, the bank's commitment to its core values and its adaptability has allowed it to remain a significant player in the global banking arena. To truly appreciate the story of Credit Suisse, one must understand the era it was born in, the challenges it faced, and the innovations it brought to the banking world. It's a tale of vision, perseverance, and evolution. The importance of Credit Suisse in the global financial market. Imagine a bustling marketplace where traders from all over the world come to buy and sell goods. This marketplace is vast, vibrant, and vital for the global economy. Now, think of the global financial market as this marketplace, but instead of tangible goods, it deals with money, stocks, bonds, and other financial instruments. In this vast financial marketplace, certain entities play a more significant role than others. These entities are like the main pillars holding up a grand structure. Credit Suisse is one such pillar. With assets exceeding $1.5 trillion, it's not just any bank. It's one of the 30 systemically important banks in the world. But what does that mean? Systemically important banks, SIBs. These are banks that are so large and interconnected that their failure could cause a domino effect, potentially leading to a global financial crisis. Think of them as the main actors in a play. If one forgets their lines, the entire performance could be jeopardized. Credit Suisse's importance is not just due to its size but also its global reach. With branches and operations in multiple countries, it's intertwined with various economies, industries, and other financial institutions. Its decisions, strategies, and even challenges have ripple effects that can be felt worldwide. For instance, when a major corporation wants to expand its operations and needs financing, it might turn to a bank like Credit Suisse. Or when a country wants to raise funds for a new infrastructure project, Credit Suisse could be involved in issuing bonds. The bank's activities impact jobs, industries, and even the economic health of nations. However, with great power comes great responsibility. Being a systemically important bank means that Credit Suisse has to adhere to stricter regulations and higher standards. It's like a tightrope walker performing at great heights. There's little room for error. In essence, Credit Suisse is not just another bank, it's a linchpin in the global financial system. Its story is not just about numbers and assets, it's about the intricate web of global finance and the pivotal role the bank plays in keeping the system stable and thriving. The role of Switzerland's banking confidentiality laws. In the heart of Europe, nestled among the majestic Alps, lies Switzerland, a country synonymous with many things from its world-famous chocolates and watches to its serene landscapes. But for many, Switzerland is best known for its banks and, more specifically, its banking secrecy. Imagine a vault, impenetrable and guarded, where one's most precious secrets are kept safe. For many years, Swiss banks were akin to these vaults, not for gold or jewels, but for financial secrets. This was due to Switzerland's banking confidentiality laws, which promised discretion and privacy to its clients. A historical perspective, the roots of Swiss banking secrecy can be traced back to the Middle Ages, but it was in 1934 that the Swiss Federal Assembly passed the banking law, which made it illegal for banks to share account information without the account holder's consent. This move was partly in response to the growing pressures from foreign governments and partly to protect the assets of individuals fleeing political persecution. Why was it so attractive? The allure of Swiss banking secrecy was multifaceted. Protection from political instability. For individuals from countries experiencing political turmoil or persecution, Swiss banks offered a safe haven for their assets. Tax evasion. While it's a controversial aspect, many wealthy individuals and corporations were attracted to Swiss banks to hide assets and evade taxes. Discretion in business dealings. Businesspersons who wanted to keep their dealings private found solace in the confidentiality offered by Swiss banks. Credit Suisse, being one of the premier banks in Switzerland, greatly benefited from these laws. The bank became a magnet for international wealth, attracting clients from all over the world. The promise of discretion and the bank's reputation for stability made it a preferred choice for many. However, as the world moved towards greater transparency and against tax evasion, pressures mounted on Switzerland to relax its banking secrecy laws. The late 2000s and 2010s saw significant changes, with Switzerland agreeing to share financial information with tax authorities from other countries. The impact on Credit Suisse. The changes in the banking confidentiality laws impacted all Swiss banks, including Credit Suisse. The bank had to adapt to a new era of transparency, which posed challenges but also opened up new avenues for growth in areas like wealth management and advisory services. In conclusion, Switzerland's banking confidentiality laws played a pivotal role in shaping the country's banking landscape and the trajectory of banks like Credit Suisse. While the era of strict banking secrecy might be over, its legacy and the lessons learned continue to influence modern banking practices. The rise and dominance of Credit Suisse and UBS. In the world of banking, few rivalries are as storied and intense as that of Credit Suisse and UBS. These two giants, both hailing from Switzerland, have been at the forefront of global finance for over a century. Their journey, marked by fierce competition and parallel growth, offers a fascinating insight into the dynamics of the banking world. Origins and early days. Both banks have deep historical roots. While Credit Suisse was founded in 1856 with a vision to finance the expansion of the Swiss railway system, UBS has its origins in the merger of several Swiss banks, with its earliest predecessor established in 1862. From their inception, both banks had a global outlook, expanding beyond the Swiss borders and establishing a presence in major financial hubs worldwide. The Golden Era, the 20th century, especially the post-World War II era, was a golden period for both banks. As Switzerland's reputation as a banking haven grew, thanks to its neutrality and banking secrecy laws, both Credit Suisse and UBS saw an influx of international clients. They expanded their services, moving beyond traditional banking to offer investment banking, asset management, and private banking services. Competition and strategy. While both banks had similar offerings, their strategies often diverged. Credit Suisse, for instance, was known for its aggressive investment approach. It wasn't shy about venturing into new territories or taking calculated risks. UBS, on the other hand, while also progressive, often took a more conservative approach, especially in its investment strategies. Challenges and scandals. No journey is without its bumps, and both banks had their share of challenges. From navigating the complexities of global finance to facing scandals and regulatory issues, both Credit Suisse and UBS had to constantly adapt and evolve. Their resilience in the face of these challenges is a testament to their institutional strength. The modern era. Today, both Credit Suisse and UBS are more than just banks, they are global financial institutions with a diverse range of services. They continue to compete, innovate, and set standards in the world of finance. Their stories are not just about banking but about vision, strategy, resilience, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. In the grand tapestry of global finance, the threads of Credit Suisse and UBS are intricately woven together, reflecting a rivalry that has shaped and will continue to shape the contours of the banking world. Challenges faced by Credit Suisse. Every great institution, no matter how formidable, faces challenges. It's these challenges that test its mettle, resilience, and adaptability. Credit Suisse, with its long and illustrious history, has had its fair share of hurdles. Two significant events stand out in recent memory: the spying scandal and the bank's association with Greensill and Archegos Capital. The spying scandal. In a plot that seemed straight out of a spy thriller, Credit Suisse found itself embroiled in a corporate espionage drama. The bank's CEO, Tidjane Thiam, was at the center of this controversy. It was alleged that Credit Suisse had spied on its former executive, Iqbal Khan, leading to a public and media frenzy. The scandal raised questions about corporate governance, ethics, and the lengths to which companies might go to safeguard their interests. The aftermath saw Thiam resigning, and the bank's reputation took a hit. Association with Greensill and Archegos Capital. Credit Suisse's challenges didn't end with the spying scandal. The bank faced significant financial setbacks due to its associations with Greensill and Archegos Capital. Greensill, a financial services company, Greensill, specialized in supply chain finance. Credit Suisse had set up funds that invested heavily in bonds issued by Greensill. However, when Greensill filed for insolvency, the repercussions were felt by Credit Suisse, leading to substantial financial losses. Archegos Capital, a family investment firm, took large bets on stocks using borrowed money. When some of these bets went south, it triggered a massive selling spree. Credit Suisse, being one of Archegos' brokers, faced significant losses as it had to sell assets at a loss to cover its exposure. These events underscore the risks inherent in the banking and financial sector. They highlight the importance of due diligence, robust risk management practices, and the need for transparency and ethical conduct. For Credit Suisse, these challenges were a stark reminder of the volatile nature of the financial world. However, challenges also bring opportunities for introspection, learning, and growth. How Credit Suisse navigates these hurdles and emerges from them will shape its future trajectory and influence its legacy in the annals of banking history. The Swiss government's intervention and UBS's acquisition of Credit Suisse. In the dynamic world of finance, mergers and acquisitions are not uncommon. They are strategic moves, often aimed at consolidating power, expanding reach, or sometimes, ensuring survival. The acquisition of Credit Suisse by UBS, however, was not just another business deal. It was a move that shook the very foundations of the global banking world and highlighted the vulnerabilities even giants can face. A brewing storm. As we've explored in previous chapters, Credit Suisse faced a series of challenges. From the spying scandal to significant financial setbacks associated with Greensill and Archegos Capital, the bank was under immense pressure. Amidst growing concerns about its stability and the potential ripple effects on the global financial system, the Swiss government stepped in. The role of the Swiss government, governments intervening in the affairs of private entities, is a delicate matter. However, given the systemic importance of Credit Suisse, the Swiss government deemed it necessary to ensure the bank's stability. Their primary concern was the potential domino effect a collapse could trigger, affecting not just Switzerland but the global financial ecosystem. UBS to the rescue. UBS, another Swiss banking titan, was urged by the Swiss government to acquire Credit Suisse. Such an acquisition would not only stabilize Credit Suisse but also create a banking behemoth with unparalleled reach and resources. However, the acquisition was not without its challenges. The most significant point of contention was the acquisition price. Credit Suisse, despite its challenges, hoped for a higher valuation, leading to intense negotiations. The aftermath, the acquisition of Credit Suisse by UBS, marked the end of an era. Two of Switzerland's most iconic banks, with histories spanning over a century, were now one. The banking world watched with bated breath as the two giants integrated their operations, cultures, and strategies. The merger brought with it opportunities for synergies, growth, and innovation, but also challenges of integration, alignment, and managing a vastly expanded client base. In conclusion, the acquisition of Credit Suisse by UBS, facilitated by the Swiss government's intervention, is a testament to the unpredictable nature of the financial world. It underscores the importance of adaptability, foresight, and collaboration in navigating the complex waters of global finance. Lessons from the collapse of Credit Suisse. History, they say, is the best teacher. The events leading up to the acquisition of Credit Suisse by UBS offer a treasure trove of lessons for the banking and financial world. While the specifics are unique to Credit Suisse, the underlying themes resonate universally. The importance of corporate governance. The spying scandal that embroiled Credit Suisse underscored the significance of ethical conduct and robust corporate governance. A bank's reputation is its most valuable asset, and any compromise on ethics can lead to long-lasting damage. Institutions must prioritize transparency, accountability, and a culture of integrity. Risk management is crucial. The financial setbacks associated with Greensill and Archegos Capital highlighted the importance of robust risk management practices. Banks must continually assess, monitor, and mitigate risks associated with their operations and investments. This requires a combination of data-driven analytics, foresight, and prudent decision-making. Adaptability in a changing world. The banking world is not static. From evolving regulations to changing market dynamics, banks must be agile and adaptable. Credit Suisse's challenges, in part, stemmed from its inability to adapt swiftly to changing circumstances. The significance of due diligence. Before entering into associations or investments, thorough due diligence is paramount. Understanding the intricacies, potential pitfalls, and the broader implications of any decision can prevent unforeseen challenges down the line. The role of regulatory oversight. The intervention of the Swiss government in facilitating the acquisition of Credit Suisse by UBS underscores the importance of regulatory oversight in ensuring the stability of the financial system. Regulators play a crucial role in identifying vulnerabilities and taking proactive measures. Resilience and recovery. Challenges, setbacks, and even failures are part and parcel of any institution's journey. What matters is the ability to learn, recover, and emerge stronger. The acquisition of Credit Suisse is not just about its challenges but also about its potential to rebuild and redefine its future. In conclusion, the story of Credit Suisse serves as a poignant reminder of the complexities of the financial world. It offers lessons in governance, risk management, adaptability, and resilience. As the banking world reflects on these events, the hope is that these lessons will guide future decisions, strategies, and operations.